the journey to liberate this country from state capture, conflict of interest, economic mismanagement has just started. And we are grateful to God that the man who has been given this task is equal to it. And it is upon all of us to support him, to work as a team, so that we justify the decision made by the people of Kenya against all odds, from the DCI, EACC, county commissioners, deputy county commissioners, chiefs, assistant chiefs. Yeah? I mean, we can't even believe it. I think this is a historic election where what had been mobilized has been brought to nothing. And the whole nonsense of the system and the deep state has been rendered a nullity. That the will of God and the will of the people is what counts in any election. So let me take this opportunity in a very special way to thank all of you. What you underwent, the sacrifices, the time, against a mobilized and weaponized war chest, it's almost unbelievable. And the commitment that you had, the individual sacrifices, we are all, from where we sit, entirely grateful to all of you. And we want, on behalf of our boss to leaders, say thank you. And when you go back, you thank your teams, because we led a very coordinated campaign, especially the finishing. We had a good finish.
The Deputy President kept on at that time talking about the need to have good institutions, institutions that work, that are functional, that are independent. Ladies and gentlemen, that message was so vital. And as we reflect on our victory, let us now actually acknowledge that the chairman of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission and the teams that worked there, who have held out and stood forthright in the midst of all sorts of intimidation to make sure that the will of the people was not stolen, have given us an example of the kind of leadership we need when we want to have good institutions. Our President-elect made a very critical statement when he was receiving his certificate. Can you imagine that somebody actually reached the chairman of IEBC and punched him? Can you imagine that people actually injured the commissioners of IEBC and staff and injured them? Can you imagine that there are some people who are actually, in the glare of the international community, in the international media, in front of those international observers, actually preparing to stage a coup? A coup on the eve of the declaration of the will of the people of Kenya. Those people have brought a lot of shame to the Kenyan nation. But we want to thank God and thank the men and women who stood forthright and said that, come what may, we shall make sure that what God has destined through the people, through the vote, shall not be subverted. And today we stand here knowing that our president is William Samoei Ruto.